Page 317, Buying a Dog. Some advice for new dog buyers. Some of this is review, but it is important. In fact, I'll keep on repeating a few things. I keep saying them because I know from experience that you will not believe me. You will not take my advice, and you will learn the hard way. I'll keep saying it because when it happens and you see that I was right, it might sink in. You'll realize it was not a fluke, but a common occurrence that you were warned about. Don't feel too bad. I have made the same mistake repeatedly and have watched others make the same mistake repeatedly. It's just like eating a big piece of chocolate cake that we know won't do anything for our health. We eat it anyway and just figure we'll take the consequences in exchange for the pleasure of eating it. You can have your cake and the consequences too. Some of you will decide that it is best for you to buy a trained dog. This is where you'll be extremely vulnerable. As the popularity of bobcat hunting with dogs increases, so would those who see an income opportunity. It is extremely difficult to buy a good bobcat dog. It is even harder to buy a good one and move it to a different region and have this work out well. It's so difficult to make a straight bobcat dog that most of us do not live in a place where we can do it. The cost of buying a finished dog for us would be much less than the cost of all the travel and time involved in making a finished dog. It looks so good on paper. Yeah, look at all the money I could save. I'm just paying them a portion of the gas money I would have spent. I live 2 or 3 hours drive from the closest hunting areas. The bobcat season lasts for around 5 weeks. You're allowed 5 bobcats a year. The entire state reports a population of only 1,500 bobcats. They figure the statewide population can withstand 500 taken each year. They can be few and far between. Finding a track can be exasperating at best. I know what it's like to make a bobcat dog in this area start to finish. When I add up the cost in transportation and time that could have been spent earning a decent wage, the actual cost is so embarrassing that I cannot yet bear to put it in print. So on paper, spending a measly few $1,000s on a finished bobcat dog sounds like a bargain. It looks good on paper, but in reality, it is hard to make it work. I've been involved in several attempts to move a good dog to a different region. None of them went well, but some regions produce more versatile dogs than others. I would do it again if all I wanted was rigging ability. Even outside of that, I might still try it again. That's because the prospect of a great finished bobcat dog is so completely engulfing for folks like you and me. And it also is because I'm like a hard-headed hound who keeps trying the same old stuff that works for coon, but not for bobcat. But I would know going in that my chances of it working out well are not good. Be extremely cautious in buying a finished dog. The price will be very high. It will be extremely rare and unusual that 100% of the dog's value will translate to a new handler in a completely different region and or a different style or intensity of hunting. If you buy, try your best to buy within your own region. Hunt with the dog as many times as you possibly can with her original handler. Try to get him to hunt the dog alone for you. This seems simple, but could be very difficult to do. Many hunters never hunt a dog alone, and this to me is a problem. You'll be buying your only dog or your lead dog. The man selling you the dog will have a hard time knowing exactly what he is selling you if he does not know what the dog will do alone. If you're just buying a dog to throw in your own established pack of dogs, this will not be such an issue for you. But if you already have your own established pack of bobcat dogs, you know what you're doing and you don't need this book. So my warning is that some people are out there looking for new hunters. They are looking for folks who are not knowledgeable enough about counterfeits to be able to smell one. They will intentionally sell you an inferior dog. They will intentionally leave out information about the dog's faults and stress the dog's good points. Some people do this so much that it is actually a form of denial. They do it with themselves so much that when it comes time to sell the dog, they really do not even know they are doing it. It is habitual kennel blindness. But I would say most that are leaving out information are doing it consciously. Much more common are the people selling a dog they don't know much about. A tremendous number of hunters really do not fully know their dogs. This is especially true in situations where dogs are never hunted alone. I like to be in the woods with the dogs as much as I can, and getting to know them is a major reason for this. I've witnessed misinterpretation from those standing on the road listening. It can be very hard to know which dog is actually making the magic happen. The dogs that have huge, loud mouths, for example, often are given way more credit than they deserve. At times, they are about the only dog that can be heard, and from the road, they sound amazing. You might be buying that loud dog. What you may not know is that that dog cannot catch a bobcat without the dog that is not as loud or open or flashy. Maybe she's not loud. Maybe she does not put her feet on the tree and slobber out 100 barks per minute. Maybe she seems to be out on the fringe for some reason when you come into the tree. And maybe, just maybe, she is the one making that loud dog look like he knows how to catch a bobcat. The handler may or may not know this as he tries to sell you the loud, flashy, beautiful dog for tremendous amounts of money. This is another reason for hunting a dog alone before you buy, if you can. I've heard some hunters be very critical of that non-flashy dog. They like the big show. They choose bobcat dogs according to their bear hunting sensibilities. They will catch some bobcats, but they will probably not have a bona fide bobcat dog unless they buy it from a straight bobcat man. The bobcat-based hunter sees a dog very differently from this kind of hunter. The bobcat man evaluates a puppy or a young dog very differently. The bobcat-based hunter will end up working with a different dog than this kind of hunter is attracted to. This kind of hunter may end up buying that dog from the bobcat man, but he would not have chosen it as a good young prospect, and he will have to defend it to his friends that want to see flash and drama. There are dozens of possibilities for a seller not knowing his dog. Most people just can't afford to hunt often enough to really know the outer limits of a dog. They may be busy taking care of their family as they should. They're not intentionally lying to you, but they are filling in some blanks and hoping they are right. I've seen this happen many times. Watch advertisements for phrases that could have double meaning. I've seen a dog advertised as a dog that prefers cat. What the ad did not say, but which I knew, was that the cats it preferred were feral house cats. He was hoping the dog would also prefer bobcat, which is a reasonable hope, but not exactly full disclosure.